Dallas Cowboys.
America's team.
Tom Landry.
The darling of the NFL.
The organization.
Too arrogant.
Arrogant.
We're going to kill them. They pissed us off.
They were to us everything and everybody that had just stomped on us for 3 or 4 years.
We're going to kill the Cowboys. That's what was going on that week.
I was thinking about it. They say Rose Bowl's the granddaddy of them all, but being here, it's overcoming that. This might be the great-great-granddaddy right now.
As I was going through that game, I did start to get the feel, wow, this is awesome. You know, the back and forth of it. All the turnovers. We had 6 turnovers that game.
You beat a team, but you still turn the ball over 6 times? That just doesn't happen. Just think of what that game's like if you take those 6 turnovers away.
White going back to pass, throws it down the middle, and it is caught, and into the end zone for a touchdown is Cosby, changing the upper hand on that scoreboard for the 5th time today.
And they mark the ball down at the San Francisco 11. That's how far they have to go to win.
At that time, half the team had been sick and had the flu, and so we were all just exhausted and worn out.
Dead tired. And I get into the huddle in the biggest drive of my life, and I'm throwing up in the huddle.
Which was nasty.
Guys were saying, oh, get out of here. Yeah. And maybe it was some comic relief. I don't know.
This feels impossible. America's team, 89 yards to win the game. I mean, this is when Dallas is great. But Joe comes in the huddle, just has that look on his face.
Looks up and says, we're going to go down, we're going to score a touchdown, we're going to win this game, and we're going to stick it in their ear.
With the Cowboys expecting Montana to pass, Bill Walsh decided to play smash-mouth football.
The play calling on that whole drive was incredible. It was just the greatest chess match of all time.
Look who's making the big plays. You know, Linville Elliott, former Cincinnati Bengal halfback, who was cut in the preseason and then re-signed, is running left on 18 Bob. He's running right on 18 Bob.
Unusual call, but effective. They're crossing up the Cowboys.
We still got the feeling that, wow, we got them off balance. And then they were pursuing so hard, Bill comes up with the great call of the reverse.
See reverse.
And the running play, and the reverse to Solomon. Coming around inside the 45-40. He's down to the...
About the time that we thought we were going to run it, we would throw it.
First down, he throws to the sideline, and it is caught by Clark at the 25. It goes out of bounds. A brilliant throw and catch.
Linville Elliott's final carry brought the ball to the 6-yard line. The next play would mark the end of one dynasty and the birth of another.
We're going to call a sprint option. He's going to break up and break into the corner. Okay. You got it? Dwight will clear.
Dwight is in here sliding back out. This is great when they're tired and they're confused. They want to get back to Dallas. This is when you knock their ass off.
If you don't get what you want, you'll just simply throw the ball away. Okay. Not there, away it goes. If you're ready to go to Dwight, you got it?
There wasn't a doubt in our mind that we were going to score on Dallas. They knew that they couldn't stop us. You only had to look across the line of scrimmage to know that. We had Joe.
Who is this guy, Montana? I'm John Wayne. I'm John Wayne. And John Wayne never loses. I'm making this throw.
So fasten your seatbelts now. We've got turbulence and plenty of it here in Candlestick Park now.
How is this one going to end? Montana lines up at the 5. And on 3rd down and 3, he rolls right, looking to throw. Looking to throw, and he throws into the end zone. Touchdown! 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 San Francisco by Blake Morris. Way high in the air, and with 51 seconds remaining, he may have taken the 49ers to the Super Bowl. He and Joe Montana.
That goes back now to the improv, to what Joe brought to the offense. And it goes back to that chemistry of the two guys we thought were basketball players when they got there, Joe and Dwight, to what they could do together. I don't think Dwight had ever jumped that high before, and I know he hasn't jumped that high since.
After Joe throws the ball, he gets knocked to the ground, and he's laying there and he hears the roar of the crowd.
Too Tall Jones told Joe that, you just beat America's team.
And Joe said, well, you can sit at home with the rest of America and watch the Super Bowl. Now, that's pretty good. That's pretty quick-witted for that moment. Joe had had some death threats that week. And as the clock's ticking down, it's 5, 4, 3, and we had the ball, so we had to kneel.
He kneels down and just goes. He's got a security guard.
And ran out of the end zone because he didn't want to stand around because of the death threats. There were some people talking that was a safety that would have given the Cowboys the win. That would have been interesting. But I think in the locker room, it seems like Joe hyperventilated or something. I mean, he was down for the count there for a little while.
That was the beginning of being Joe Montana. It was the abnormality of a once normal life from that point on.
The 49ers, in one of the best drives in NFL history, scored with under a minute to go, and they beat the Dallas Cowboys 28-27, and now it's on to the Super Bowl for the Niners.
Super Bowl! We talked about being champions from July 7th. We're champions right now. We got one more to go. Congratulations for a tremendous effort. Tremendous.
Dwight Clark has it. It's a touchdown for the 49ers.
I've been told that there was a poor Asian kid born on the January 10th, 1982, and his name is Dwight Clark Mitamutso. So I don't know if that's true, but for his sake, I hope not. But that's quite an honor if it is true. It's humbling, really. I feel honored people are still talking about it 25 years later.
It's called sprint right option.
I'm honored to be able to be a part of a play that was kind of the culmination of just this incredible surprise season. It's great to give 49er fans that moment that they can relive over and over and over, and I know they do, because when I'm in San Francisco or a lot of places, people want to talk about that play, how it crushed the Cowboys and sent them into submission for a decade. I never get tired of talking about it. I never get tired of seeing it. Because I, sign pictures and send them to people, I see that catch every day. I may sit and think about that moment, a couple times a year, and how awesome it was to be a part of that play and be a part of the 49ers in the 80s. I mean, it's hard to get any better than that.
There will never be Disneyland like that in my life again.
It was a day I wish my son could have, every sports fan or everybody that plays any sport could have. As long as we're alive, will always be a bond between all the guys that were involved. We look at each other to this day and just smile. To have been that bad, to have been laughed at that hard, and to come back and do that, that's like taking a guy and dropping him on Mount Everest. I mean, there's just not much oxygen left. For us, there wasn't much reality left. We had done something that no one else had ever done. We had gone from utter trash to suddenly, we were that alchemist that figured out how do you turn, the stuff in that trash can to gold. Well, from that day on, we were gold.